It's Week 11 of the NFL. And we'll get a look here at Trey Lance. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Eagles and the Commanders on Thursday night.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. Thanks for having us in. Chill in the air. Folks are bundled in the seats and on the field like Tirico, Greg Olson. A bit warmer up here in the booth. These cold weather games, Greg, always interesting to watch how it impacts the players down on the field.
Absolutely, and these nights are kind of tricky, Mike, right? It's how much do you want to spend preparing for it, thinking about it, and really letting it almost become like a mental factor leading into the game? But you also have to be prepared. What are you going to wear? How are you going to keep yourself not only warm, but then be able to go out there and perform and be functional, and you're not running around with a parka on. So it is a very delicate balance between being comfortable and being functional, and the teams that handle those conditions, especially in pregame, tend to have the advantage once the game's kicked off.
So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. Leading them out, the number 3 overall pick of the 2021 draft. From North Dakota State, it's Trey Lance.
It's not so much that he was able to throw for over 400 yards in last week's game, Mike, but it's the fact that he made it look so easy. Every time he touched the ball, it seemed like they were just up and down the field with very little resistance, and he doesn't necessarily have to repeat that type of production this week, but it certainly wouldn't hurt their chances of winning if he's somehow able to do so.
Lance. This one is caught by Luke Musgrave. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Handoff here, up the middle. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. 2nd down and 8. To throw is Lance. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down. Now Lance. They'll look to set up the screen here. Good looking screen play there. A gain of 11 and a first down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And he's in. Roman Wilson. Touchdown, Eagles. That touchdown number 19 on the year. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he'll be brought down past the 25. decent field position to start this drive. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
He's coming off one of those games, Mike, where he just wasn't good enough. I mean, he wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. He was good at times. He just wasn't good enough times. And I think when you're playing the quarterback position and all of the focus is on you, your play has such a direct correlation between wins and losses that when you don't play your best, the magnifying glass is on you. So he needs to bounce back this week. He needs to be more productive in the passing game, generate more big plays, and then eliminate the turnovers. He cannot continue to throw the ball to the other team.
12 yards on that hookup. First down, Washington. Tua gonna throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Commander's first down. Throwing again, it's Tua. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That'll be complete to Gibson. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Third and long. Here's Tua. This one caught by Patrick. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Dicker's kick is good. And the Commanders are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Ray going to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his season total. You get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes to this point this season. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Throwing, Lance. A pass right side going to be taken in by Walker. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Now give on the ground, and he'll get about 5. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Lance looking to throw. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And those numbers tell a lot of the story of this first half, don't they, Mike? I mean, it's easy to see why he was a central piece in this game plan, and he makes another grab there to add to this growing stat line.
Here's 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle, and that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Got his man at the 6. He is in. Jermaine Burton. Touchdown, Philadelphia. On is Moody to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Eagles extend their advantage to 14-3. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Here's Nixon on the return. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. A play fake. Down. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack. From the gun, here's Tua. Off he goes.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Finding space at the 40. And he'll be taken down. And that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Tua now on 1st down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tua. He's got a man. It's McLaurin. And he will get into the end zone. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Commanders. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Commanders are back within 4. It is 14-10. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Ray gonna return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense and their running back set to go once more. He is the NFL leader in rushing to this point in the season, so he's hoping to put together a solid second half to try to take home the title. 2nd and 7. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
When you go out and invest in a young guy like this to be part of your backfield's future, you got to find ways to get him involved early, and I think here's a case of doing just that.
Escaping the danger, throwing, and completing. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. It's first down, and they'll run. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. A handoff as they try to run it here. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Here's Lance. Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down. Now Gibson. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7. 2nd down and 3. Here's Gibson. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Here's 2. This one complete right side. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Out of the pistol, here's Tua. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the defense has it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up, against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Up the middle they go. And a good run there on second down. A pickup of 7. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. Try to pick this one up on the ground. No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. It's the quarterback with a sneak. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches. Here's a run going left. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
And his great first half on the ground continues, and this is one of those guys that when he gets in the groove, it seems like it's an 8-yard run, a 10-yard run, and all of a sudden a 15-yard chunk play, one after another.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Here's a toss, right side. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play. Two minutes to go here till halftime. Back with more of this Thursday opener after this. Here's a 2nd and 12. To throw, here's Lance. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here comes 3rd and 6. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he will score. Touchdown, Eagles. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Velus Jones now on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. Pistol set with Tagovailoa. That's caught downfield. McLaurin brings it in. And he will go all the way. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. 2nd touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now Lance. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. To throw is Lance. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Now, faking the give. And that ball's intercepted by Trayvon Diggs.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
The Commanders' offense and Tua Tagovailoa making their way back out. And on 1st and 10, here's Tua. Oh, the ball's out. But a fortunate bounce, he got it right back. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him. I mean, he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On the ground, Gibson. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play. So 4th down, and the Aussie, Torrey Taylor, on to kick it away. As this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Lance. Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Down the field, he's got Burton. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. Jermaine Burton, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing, Lance. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's used his legs to great effect this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design, as you check out the league leaders in quarterback rushing yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Now he'll run. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down. Off play action, it's Tua. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And he will score. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Commanders. Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Commanders extend the advantage to a field goal. It's 24-21. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Ray going to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. And he gets this up close to the 40. DeMarcus Lawrence there on the stop. 3rd and 6. Lance looking to throw. He'll try to run for it. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage. But that's all he can get out of that one.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 6. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. He's going to run it. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Trying to make a play out of the pocket. Couldn't do it. It's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Georgia. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Tagovailoa working out of the pistol. Right side. Catch made by McLaurin. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Now a 1st down throw for Tua. Room to maneuver at the 35. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Back to throw is under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Throwing is Tua. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode,
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. The Commanders about to send this one away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. Trying for the old school coffin corner. That's pretty close out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the... First and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He finds Wilson coming across the field. And they bring him down, but what a play past the 45. They'll run it on the inside handoff. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll get this to the 43-yard line. Big Ed Oliver there on the tackle. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. That's caught left side by Burton. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Here's Lance. That's to the right side for Burton. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He's got his big tight end, Ted Ryman. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Moody's extra point is good. And the Eagles have taken a 4-point advantage. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Here's Nixon on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. There's Terry McLaurin and the Commanders' offense heading out for their next possession. They trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Here's a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. That's taken in by Higbee. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. We'll have more. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. A carry now for Gibson. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Here is a big one. Third down and 2. A shotgun snap for Tua. That's caught by Eckler. He's going to have the first down, and that one good for 9, and the drive continues. Tua gonna throw. That's complete. Highland grants it. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll run here with Gibson. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down. The bootleg, here's Tua. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now a give up the middle, and he's into the end zone. Antonio Gibson, touchdown Washington. Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Just refusing to go down. He winds up with a gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down. As they try to run it here. And he's going to lose yardage on this play. They knock him back to the midfield stripe. 2nd and 11. To throw, here's Lance. He'll tuck it and take off.
That's a smart play. 2nd down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable 3rd down.
Here we go. 3rd and a yard.
Here we go, set.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. trailing late. They've got to go here. It's fourth down. They'll go with the sneak. And he's going to have the Eagles first down. Well, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1.
Pretty simple here, Mike. Every team, they have this sheet up in the box. It's their own analytics telling them when to go for it, when not to go for it. And in this spot, their metrics say go for it, sneaks the call, first down.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now, faking the give. Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. And he won't quite make it to the pylon. He's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. What a moment in this game. A touchdown would give them the late lead. And he will dive into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Commanders' offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now it's Tua. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. Here's a 2nd and 6. Tua. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Following the play, we have an Eagle who is shaken up. Here we go. This is 4th down. They snap it to Tua. And he's going to go down. The pressure, once again, too much. And that should wrap this one up. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this offensive line, creating running space, he'll get 6 and get inside the 10-yard line. And the big night continues. That last run gives him yardage to put him over 100 for the game. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll turn and hand this one off. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll drop to throw. To the goal line and in. Jermaine Burton. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Jones now on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. They come up for 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. And he's out of bounds with the first down, so they get a new set of downs, and just as importantly, stop the clock. Here's Tagovailoa. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Throwing again, it's Tua. That's caught downfield. McLaurin brings it in. And he's got another one. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Commanders. He's doubled his touchdown output for the season in one game. That's his third of the game, his sixth this year. And he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Taken down back at the 3. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here, an onside kick, not much of a chance. I think you just rush that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. That lane closed quickly, and here comes third down. They'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. So on fourth down, they'll turn to Lou Hedley here to punt. Keyshawn Nixon, the return man. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. 2 and out on first down. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. So first the decision to throw down here backed up near your own goal line. And the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
So now, after the safety, here comes a free kick from the 20-yard line. We'll take this in back at the 16. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.
Ready? Ready? Here we go, shot! Ready? Ready? go now. Check go. Set up. Go. Set. Ready.
It's Week 12 of the National Football League. And coming up is a name fans will know, Frank Gore Jr., your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Eagles and the Rams on Sunday night.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. And thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Buckle up, partner. I think this is going to be an aerial show. Both of these teams giving us the hint that the ball's going to be in the air a lot in this one.
Oh, no question. I think both teams were very clear in our weekly meetings that that was going to be the plan. And what we see right now in today's modern football, Mike, is the direct correlation between explosive plays, in this case, two teams that rely on those explosives coming in the passing game, and the direct ability to score points. At the end of the day, this is who can score the most points. And if you want to score points today, it's going to become by throwing the ball deep downfield as often as you can.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go here on Sunday Night Football. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. Leading them out, the number 3 overall pick of the 2021 draft. From North Dakota State, it's Trey Lance.
To say he found a pretty good rhythm last week, I think, Mike, is a little bit of an understatement. I mean, he single-handedly accounted for 30 points after throwing for 5 touchdowns in last week's win. He had a couple of interceptions, and those are obviously concerning, but it's a little bit easier to live with the picks when you can get that sort of production out of your passing game. Look for him to keep slinging the rock all over the field. Cut down on the turnovers. He can do that. He expects to lead his team to another victory in this one.
It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick first down.
You don't want to make a living off of making these kind of throws, Mike. It's one thing to throw into tight coverage, but it's another thing to throw into tight double coverage. And while the quarterback gets away with one here, well, doing it.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he spots his target downfield. Great teamwork on the completion. Trying to get to that pylon. Not there, but very close. They'll mark him out at the 1. It is a big play for the Eagles. 55 yards on the game. An opening drive touchdown would be an ideal start on the road. They have it first and goal. Not much there, maybe a yard. A little closer. Here's second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. A dive, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Extra point up and good from Moody. And the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Here's Steven Sims to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by their quarterback, the second-round pick out of Kentucky, Will Levis.
I think when you go back and watch last week's game, Mike, I think 2 things were at play. Number 1, let's give credit to the defense. I think they did a nice job of identifying some of the easy layups we've seen this quarterback hit from a week-to-week basis. They took it away. They made him go to his second, third check down through his progression. And then secondly, when the play did line up, when they did get the look,
pressure gets there, and down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now Not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, Levis. He's got his man, it's Hill. And he's taken down up past the 35.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And a nice game there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, it's Levis. He'll find his tight end. That's Jake Ferguson. He's still on his feet, and he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line.
There's a lot of factors that make this play so successful, Mike, and clearly the ability of this tight end to not only find the open space in the defense, but then after the catch to turn into a runner. That is very rare at the tight end position. We're seeing it more and more often, though, over the last couple years. And then the accuracy of the quarterback to not only deliver the ball to the open receiver, but to do it in a way that allows him to comfortably turn into a runner and not have to.
He slams it in there, and he is in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, L.A. Touchdown number 9 for the year.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Rams come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll air it out deep for Wilson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing, Lance. This one complete to Burton. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. It's 1st down, and they'll run. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Sometimes there's just nowhere to go, right? We ask these running backs, Mike, to do a lot of work, find space, create something out of nothing. Well, this time, he was able to create nothing out of nothing.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with him again. And that will get him back on schedule. Good pickup of 7, sets up 3rd and 3.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. You know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
1st down and more. He's inside the 35. Oh, the 30-yard line. Lance. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down.
Doesn't it seem like that every time we see a highlight reel catch, they love showing the wide receivers and the running backs, but let's give a little love to the big tight end. I mean, what an athletic play. Understanding that ball was down and away, you've got to lay out to secure it, and not only is he able to get his hands under it and catch it initially, he's able to survive the ground, and that's a big-time play.
And the Eagles are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try to sneak it here, and he will drive his way into the end zone. Trey Lance, touchdown Philadelphia. Moody's extra point is good, and the Eagles will move out to a 14-7 lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. On the return, here's Sims. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Rams offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. He has run the ball well to this point in the season, right there amongst the NFL leaders in rushing. First and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short. From the gun, it's Levis. Open man down the field, it's Ferguson. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. And he'll work this into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line, taken down after a gain of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. Now Levis. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. That is Ferguson in motion. So we are through. They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Throwing on second down, Levis. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Athletic training staff looking at him, so Will step aside. So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. Reichard's kick is good. And the Rams are back within 4 at 14-10.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
He'll start at the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. He's building a case for the MVP. He is the leader in the NFL in touchdown passes as we move into the back half of the season. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion. So second down, and they'll run it. He'll get about 2. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle. They need 8 as they come up for third down. Lance looking to throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for fourth down. That's taken in, and he's going to... First down, they wind up with a gain of 11 on fourth down.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on fourth down, had they not gotten it, it's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle. They're going to try to pick this up on third and 8. Here's Lance. That's to the right side for Burton. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these third downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force third down, they got to get off the field.
They'll come up on a second down and 8. To throw is Lance. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. They'll throw here on third and short yardage.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And he's going to have the Eagles first down, as this defense a little too loose there, giving up 19 yards on fourth down. Up the middle they go. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Handoff here, up the middle.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. His kick is good. And the Eagles will open up a touchdown lead. It's now 17-10. Moody comes back on the field after making the field goal. He's set to kick off. On the return, here's Sim. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They will work the middle with Mixon. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. Second and a yard. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And this is going to be a Rams first down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line. On the bootleg, it's Levis. He's got the connection there. It's Joshua Palmer. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a first and 10. On the handoff, it's Mixon. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. They'll try again here. Second and 10. Throwing is Levis. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Levis to throw on first and 10. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darius Rush. Oh, big hole left side. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Eagles. Moody now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles move out to a 24-10 lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. On the return, here's Sim. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Rams offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with first and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. On second down, Levis. This throw right side is caught by Hill. Third down, 3 to go. To throw is Levis. Got it with Smith and Jigba. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Out of the shotgun, Levis. And this will be incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a second down. To throw is Levis. He connects with Palmer on that one. And he's going to have a first down. They get into field goal range here at the 29. Levis. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Troy Anderson.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense. You're defending your own goal line. You got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
So, we're at halftime, and both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here's Sim. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Rams offense and quarterback Will Levis ready for their next possession. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. On first down, they'll start with Mixon. And a minimal gain here, only to about the 31. Here's a 2nd and 9. That is Ferguson in motion. A 2nd down throw here for Levis. And he's got Homer. It's complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Here's Mixon. Uh-oh. And drawing some oohs and ahs from the crowd. Sidestepping his way. Nifty gain of 9 there. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Here's Levis. To the left side. In the hands of Hill. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down. After a gain of 7. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. That is caught. And he's in. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Rams. Reichert now to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Rams back within 7. It's 24-17. Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Ray going to return it. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The drive will start on the ground. He'll bring this up to the 22. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 3rd and 9. Now Lance. That one taken in by Burton. They get 15 on that game. First down, Philadelphia.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Now a give up the middle. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Derwin James, the former All-Pro, in on the tackle. 3rd and 6. Throwing, Lance. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
To the ground, a first down run. Not much happening there, just a short gain. To throw, here's Lance. This one complete to Burton. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Doing a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. This one complete to Burton. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. And that last throw not going to account for much in the grand scheme of things, but it does move them over 3,000 yards passing for the season. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll turn and hand this one off. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running takes them down to the 9.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, it almost looks like he's got even stronger now here in the second.
A run on 1st and goal. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
On is Moody to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Eagles will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. On the return, here's Sim. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Rams offense and Tyreek Hill heading back on the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end. Throwing on 2nd down, Levis. He'll look middle here. It's caught by Hill. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Now Levis. He's got his man. It's Hill. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now Mixon. 7 yards, the gain there. Good for a Rams first down.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
This one complete to Palmer. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
That is Ferguson in motion. From the gun, it's Levis. And he will score! Game on! Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Reichard, good with the extra point. And the Rams will cut the deficit to 7. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Ray gonna return it. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll stick with him again. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
And what's that one thing you hear from coaches all the time, Mike, right? Finish strong, and he's doing just that. His numbers here in this one, they have been terrific. But he's going to give you a full 4 quarters, and I think at this point in the game, he knows there's even more yards to be had.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Give on the ground, and he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. Lance. That one taken in by Burton. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
We'll try the right side this time. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run it on the inside handoff. And he'll bring this inside the 15. That's good enough for the first down. they go. And the Eagles are going to have it first and goal. They'll take this one down to about the 3-yard line. Here's a run. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Eagles. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over one. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. Levis to throw. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's second and 10. Throwing is Levis. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line. This finds Smith and Jigba along the sideline. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for first and 10. Now, Levis. Slant. Smith and Jigba has it. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's first and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Here's a big one. This third down. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down. They'll go. Here's Levis. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Now a handoff running right. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. A handoff as they try to run it here. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some. They'll come up here on second down and 5. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. He'll take this forward, maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Play action. He'll set up to throw. That's caught left side by Burton. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. The Rams use their third and final timeout, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. Escaping the danger, throwing, and completing. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. To throw is Lance. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards. Lance looking to throw. That's to the right side for Burton. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
It's Week 13 of the NFL. And the spotlight is on Roman Wilson. Big plays follow him around. He comes in second in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Eagles and the Ravens, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, the streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Moore, the motion man right. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Hurts to throw. That's to the former Bronco, Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And it'll be intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Play action. Now it's Lance. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They caught him on back-to-back plays breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play, and on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
Fielded just inside the 20. The Ravens offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a nightmare for defenses to try and contain all year long. NFL leader in rushing yards at the QB position here late in the season. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, partner, fast forward. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Down the right sideline. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Lance to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Luke Musgrave, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Ravens offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. They'll start on the ground with Irving. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Hurts to the right side, and he's got more, complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 3rd down and 13. Hurts sets up to throw it. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He may go back to the huddle and have a little discussion with his passer. You know, maybe you don't have to lead me quite that much. But on that play, bailed him out in a big way, didn't he?
He did indeed. Hey, at least he gets to put it on the highlight reel. Throwing is Hurts. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now you see the numbers for Irving in last week's ball game. You see the numbers last week for Davis. In the end, not enough to help get him the victory.
And as we look forward to this week, don't you just get the sense that he's going to get the ball a little bit more? I mean, that's just how it reads to me. I don't know how you're feeling about it.
Well, they talked about that with us this week. That's going to be a priority for them.
Give him the ball, let him do his thing.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping and a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The Eagles offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Here's 2nd and 7. Up the middle they go with Gore. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, it's Gore. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Another carry now for Gore. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Gore. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the gun, it's Lance. That one taken in by Burton. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Off of play action, here's Lance. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Ravens are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Back to throw here. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Bucky Irving, 26 yards. And the Ravens are able to move back in front. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 2. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet?
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. They'll try it up the gut with Gore. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. Gore again here on first down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Here's a 2nd and 8. Shotgun now for Lance. A short throw to Musgrave. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. They run with Gore out of the shotgun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Working from the gun, Lance. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. He's got Burton here. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance. That is caught. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for the halftime over. No problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away, and that'll make it second down. Here's Gore now, running out of the gun. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
They need 2. Here's third down. Davis Price will try to pick it up. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A handoff right. It's Gore. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Got a man here. It's Wilson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
On play action, Lance.
This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. 27 yards.
And the Eagles are able to stretch out their lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead is up to 8.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Second and a couple.
Moore, the man in motion.
They run out of the gun with Irving.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
Third down and 6.
They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at the 23. 6-yard return after a punt of 48.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. And Lance now to throw. Now this one complete to Burton.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. A give left for Gore.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Lance looking to throw it.
A dump off here for Gore. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down.
And Lance going to throw.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Now Lance. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Once again, it's Irving. Nifty move. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Slot man moves right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Here's Hurts to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
They go play action with Hurts. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll run the draw with Irving. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Now back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking deep here from Mooney. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And the Eagles are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. To throw, it's Lance. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Here's Lance to throw it.
Flush to his right.
A short throw to Musgrave.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
Eluding the pressure right. And Wilson with it, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. He finds his man, complete. It's Burton. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Lance. Musgrave's got it out right.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Lance looks to throw again.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
And just shutting him off there.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks.
And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space.
He's still on his feet. Inside the 10.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Jerry Jeudy.
73 yards.
And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
Hurts will throw.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
The numbers throwing the ball have been great. He's up over 300 yards now for the game. This 2nd and 4. Give to Davis Price up the middle here.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Drops it underneath to Gore.
Now a stoppage, and we've got Chubb shaken up on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
A run right right side. It's Gore.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 81 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be caught front. Eagles touchdown. A great play there with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Eagles are going to be moving on to 12-0 as they extend their lead further. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
A short one here, caught by McBride. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hurts. A short throw there, pulled in by All. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Throwing is Hurts.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
A short throw there, pulled in by All. Down the left sideline.
And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he's got it. Touchdown.
Bucky Irving
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit.
Gano the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has, percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
He's got right on the short throw.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Throwing now is Lance.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Burton. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Now Lance wants to change him up.
Throwing again on second down.
Lance.
Flushed out right.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Now Lance again.
Dancing to his left. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Buying time to his left. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that
Ready, break!